At what point do you think I'm gonna stop saying, oh my God, I'm back. Sorry it's been so long. I just don't know how else to start it off. Like, how else do I begin? Anyways, hey guys, welcome back. Today we are gonna be doing a Q&A because I feel like everyone loves Q&As. Like, you just wanna know that nosy, nitty gritty information. I don't blame you. I love watching Q&As. So I figured I would sit down and do one for you guys. So I have a lot of obviously like postpartum baby related questions, but I'm gonna touch on other things too if you don't care about that stuff, I promise. So I guess we'll just dive right in. I put a question box up on Instagram and we're just gonna dive right in. So I got my coffee here. This is my fall order from Starbucks. Screenshot it, do what you will with it. I pretty much do this year round and just switch up the foam depending on the season. So for fall, obviously, I have to do pumpkin. So let's just start off with, just the go-to question, which is, how are you, mama? So I am very pleased to say that I am doing really, really well. If you had asked me that question like 4 months ago or even like 3 months ago, I would have probably gave you like a fake answer and be like, oh, I'm fine. But I can genuinely say I'm doing so much better. Noel just turned 6 months old like last week, and I just feel so much better. In the past month, she has just become such a happy, fun little baby. She's sleeping so much better. She just started napping a little bit better, knock on wood. And it's just, life has gotten a little bit easier. Like, we're into kind of like a routine. We're getting used to each other so much more, and I just feel so much better. There was just so much heaviness and just like stress, like constantly, like I would go to bed at night like with so much anxiety about what the next day was gonna be like in the first like 3 or 4 months. So I don't feel like that anymore. So I'm feeling really, really good. So next question is kind of like segues into that, is what home workouts, videos, or apps do you use? I'm a mama trying to stay motivated. So if you follow me on Instagram, you've noticed that I've started working out again. I waited until I was almost 5 months postpartum to start working out, and that's just because I felt like I was drowning in the first like 4 months. I was just like, there was no room for me to work out. I didn't have the energy. I either had to hold her all day or she was just so incredibly fussy. But now that she's more independent, I can kind of just work out in the living room as she's in her playpen. So the two things that I've been doing recently are weight training and my Pilates app. So the Pilates class, I've been doing that for years. I took a year break for my pregnancy, but I'm back. Love, love, love that platform. And then I was just on the off days making up like weight training workouts that I was like posting, and still love doing that, but it was just kind of like getting like mentally exhausting to try to come up with a workout all the time. So Jillian Michael, she actually wore Letta fragrance, and yeah, I know if you didn't see that, I was literally dying inside because I love her workouts, and I had no idea that she had a fitness app. So I've been obsessed with her app because it has every DVD that she's ever made on there, and then also has like a workout generator, so it can just randomly put together a workout for you based on your equipment, how much time you have. This is not sponsored, by the way. It's just a great app. So if you like weight training, I would say go with that app. If you like Pilates and more like HIIT cardio, go with the Pilates class app. And as far as motivation, it's just, I feel better when I'm working out. I'm just in a better mood. Obviously the perks would be getting in better shape, which I'm slowly getting into. It's just gonna be a process. I've only been working out for like 6 weeks now, so there's not gonna be a huge, change yet, but I'll get there. Next question, how far are you with the new house? Any other constructions or just decorating left? So the house is, I would say, pretty much done. We actually are in the process of finishing our pool house that we decided to do. I did not even want a pool house, but we had so much extra material that we had from building this house, like the siding and the roofing and stuff. Tommy wanted to build a pool house. So that's kind of like a work in progress. He's probably gonna work on that over the winter, and then maybe by next summer it'll be finished. As far as the inside of our house, there's still some projects. I need to get my closet built. I would also like to get like an entryway storage system built in our entryway from the garage, like a little like mud room, kind of like, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, like the coats, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I can't think right now, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. And then also our basement is not finished. That's like a project for maybe a few years from now. And as far as decorating, I haven't done like any decorating at all. Like there's like nothing on the walls. There's like nothing. Very bare bones, very minimal furniture. And I'm kind of on the fence because the more furniture I buy, it's just like more stuff that I have to baby proof, and Noelle is crawling. She's currently contained in a playpen, so I know I need to baby proof, but it's just like the more stuff I buy, it's just like more stuff I need to baby proof. So I'm like, I don't even know. I remember when I was stressing out about a coffee table, now there would be no room for a coffee table because that is where the playpen goes. So I'm just, yeah, there's no decorating happening. We'll definitely do like Christmas decorations, but fall decorating is not really happening for me. Okay, so next question, this is a fun one, and I don't think I've ever talked about this, but how did you choose the name Noelle Josephine? So to answer a bunch of other questions, people were like, what other names did you like but didn't use? Honestly, this is the only name that I presented to my husband, Tommy, was Noel. Because we had like gone through like those like name lists, and we were just like, ew, like he didn't like them, I didn't like them. And you know, there's some names that I liked, but I'm like, I don't want a really popular name, but I don't want like a really weird out there name. I just wanted something classic, feminine, not that common, and just like pretty. So if you know my husband, which you probably don't, he is obsessed with Christmas. I love Christmas. We met around Christmas time, we got engaged around Christmas time, and you know, we love Christmas. And Noelle is a beautiful name. There was a lot of names I liked. Actually, one name that I did like, and I didn't even bring it up to him because I didn't like it enough, was actually Bell, but his last name is Moore. Belmore. It just was like, I need a 2-syllable name. I need 2 to 3 syllables. So I came across Noelle and I was like, oh my God. And there's actually one other hidden meaning, is that Noel is a name that is in several Drake songs. I know it's his friend Noel, who is a man, who's like one of his producers, but that was like another like interesting tidbit to add. So love the name Noel. And as far as middle name goes, I always loved the name Josephine. I had a cousin, she was like my 3rd cousin or something. Growing up, her name was Josephine, and I loved the name. I didn't want it for a first name, but I always loved the name. Tommy's middle name is Joseph, and we both have family members. I think it was like my great aunt and then his great grandmother are both named Josephine. So it was just like, it made sense. So I really liked that name combo, Noelle Josephine Moore. I just feel like it's just so pretty and I just love it. And we call her Noelle, I call her Noe, Welly, Wells. There's a million names, but love the name. Next question stemming from Noelle is, do you think you will ever fully share Noelle? I notice you always block her face out. So I touched on this in my first like postpartum video. Tommy decided he didn't want her on social media yet. And so we kind of compromised and I was like, okay, I just won't show her face. And honestly, the more that we don't show her, the more that I'm kind of like leaning more into that, because I don't know, just for like safety reasons, privacy reasons. And I don't know, I have another reason that, I don't know, I'm probably gonna get emotional talking about this, but why not go there? Noelle was born with something a little bit different about her eyes. She inherited it from her grandfather, and I don't even know if I want to say what it is because I don't want people like Googling it and then like coming up with like these visions of what my daughter looks like. But she's born with something that, I mean, it's like 1 in 100,000 or something. And it's very unique. She's beautiful, obviously. But I'm hesitant to post her face because I feel like if I don't know. I don't know how I would handle having people ask me all the time, like, why are her eyes like that? Or what is that? What is this? What is that? Or like an insult. Like, I think I would just fully delete every part of my social media if I had a negative comment about her appearance. I just don't know how I would handle it. So that's another reason, my own personal reason, that I've kind of built this kind of defense for her, because she's my daughter. Like, I want to protect her as much as possible, and the internet is such a stupid place most of the time. So that's another reason. So I don't know if we will share her fully or not, maybe from afar, I don't know, but it's just hard. It's really hard. And then obviously all like the creeps out there, and you just hear horror stories. So I don't know if that's the answer you wanted to hear, but I don't know. Next question. Let's keep it light. Go-to pizza order. If it's thin crust, just plain cheese. If it's a thicker crust, I'm gonna go with chicken wing or EBA, which I don't know if that's like a common thing, but it's everything but anchovies, and it has pretty much everything on there. It's like peppers, mushrooms, onions, sausage, pepperoni, onions, just the whole shebang. I just love pizza so much. Next question. Doona, love or hate, and why? The Doona is the car seat stroller combo. It like converts to both. I absolutely love it. We've been using this for months, and it's just so convenient when you're like going to doctor's appointments or running quick into the store for something. You don't have to get out a separate stroller. It literally just like you press a button and the wheels and legs come out. So I love it for that. If you're gonna be taking your baby on long walks or you're going on like a day trip, you would definitely need an actual stroller though. So I would keep that in mind. Best case scenario would be to have the Doona and a full-size stroller or like a travel stroller, something that's like a little bit more substantial. But I really like it. Noel is like 16 pounds right now, and it's not getting too heavy for me. I feel like ask me again when she's like 25 pounds. So far, absolutely love it. Can't imagine living without it. Do you regret having a boob job before having Noel? No. So I got my boobs done like 9 years ago, I think, almost 8 or 9 years ago. So I had them, for almost a decade, and I enjoyed my time with them. Since having her, they're definitely like ruined for sure. But I was kind of debating getting them out before I even got pregnant, just because I was just like over them, like too big for my body. I wasn't having any health issues that I'm aware of, but I was just like over them. So right now I'm debating, like, should I just get them out? Do I need a lift? Should I get like a fat transfer? Because right now I got the extra fat. I'm like, should I just like get that fat sucked out and put it in my boobs? I don't know. If you have had the fat transfer boob job, please DM me on Instagram so we can chat about it, because I've talked to, plastic surgeons and stuff about it, and obviously they say good things about it, but I need to talk to someone who's actually had it done. So let's chat if you've had it done. But no, I don't regret it, but they are destroyed for sure. And I guess that's a good transition to this question. Why did you stop breastfeeding? How did you get your supply to drop trying to start the process? So I stopped breastfeeding around I think she was like 16 weeks or something like that, like 3.5 months. And I stopped mainly because she was just like not interested. Like, she would nurse for like 5 minutes at a time and then want to do it again in like 45 minutes all day long. And I was just like, I don't understand like what you're doing. So, I would pump a little, or like use like the silicone like suction thing, I forget what it's called, the LV curve. I would use that to give her bottles, and she just took a bottle so much better. And I did not want to be pumping, so I started supplementing with formula, and she started doing so much better. She stopped being as like angry and fussy, so she just started doing better, and I was like, I'm just gonna go with it. So I had some guilt about it, but she was thriving, so I tried not to like beat myself up for it too bad. So yeah, what I did to what is it called? Weaning? No, it's not called weaning. Drying up your supply. I didn't actually really do anything. I stopped drinking my body armors and eating my lactation cookies, obviously. And I had no issues with like mastitis or anything, but it definitely took like 2 months to like fully dry up. And yeah, it wasn't bad for me personally. Next question. How are you doing with the dogs with a new baby? Dude. 2 things that don't go together are 3 dogs and a baby. They are great with her, mainly because they don't really care about her. I think Rose is the most interested. Like, she'll like sit by her while she's in the playpen. Des tries to lick her just because she smells like food and vomit. Dave literally acts like she does not exist. So they're not like bad with her by any means, but my 3 dogs are like having a baby in itself. Like, they are so bad. They're like either barking or just ruining my life in other ways, like pooping on the floor, peeing, like just being like so bad, like eating things. They're just not great. And they just make having a baby so much harder. So I would recommend not having 3 dogs and a newborn baby at the same time. Maybe 1 dog and a baby would be okay, but 3 is so much work. So much work. Ooh, next question. Is there going to be a new fragrance soon? Yes, there is. And there's going to be something else coming soon too. A very highly requested item is coming soon. 2 new drops from Letta. Maybe 3. I don't know. But yes, I'm so excited for these next launches. I'm a little nervous about the new fragrance. Just because, I don't know, I felt this way when we launched 22 Oris. And that went over really well. But yeah, this next fragrance is so different. It is, I don't want to say too much. We'll have a whole video about it, but it's very different than 22 Oris, so I will say that. But I've been wearing it recently, and I've been loving it, obviously. So that's coming soon, and then another item that you guys will love for sure. Oh, this is a good one. What's one thing you missed before becoming a mom? Okay. Okay, so this is the only thing that has like made me feel like I'm missing out. And this is gonna sound like so stupid, but for my people, you'll understand. I guess I miss just like the freedom of being able to, you know, do something without having to, you know, strategize and plan around it. And what I mean by that is that I'm very sad and upset that Drake is on tour and I'm not able to go. Like, I could have gone, but the nearest show was like 4+ hours away because I live in the middle of nowhere. And like, I was really upset that I was not able to attend. Still very upset by it. Because I'm like following all the things I'm following all the things on Instagram, seeing that he's playing like all the tracks, like from throwback days, and it's just making me really sad. And FOMO, for real, FOMO. I don't care about anything else, but I'm very upset that I've not been able to go to a Drake concert. So I really hope he goes on tour again, because all the other times he went on tour in the past, I was at a show. So this is just, I'm feeling sad about it. Like, the last time I saw Drake, I literally flew to Atlanta, Georgia. Now I can't do that. I mean, I could, but I just, mom guilt for sure. So I guess that's one thing I'm missing. When are you going to do Chef Steph? I miss your recipes. I'm gonna be honest with you, I do not know. I just started cooking meals more than 1 day a week, like in the past month, and I'm not inventing new recipes. I just don't have the mental capacity to think up of a new recipe. Like, I'm just making my old tried and trues. Nothing new is going on here. I need very minimal, low effort, and no thinking recipes. So, I don't really know. It's really hard with the baby to cook dinner, let alone film it and think of a new recipe for the world to enjoy. So I'm not there right yet. Which brings me to my next question. Will you ever do an unsponsored video again? Yeah, I will. But today's not gonna be that day. So let's talk about today's sponsorship, which, can you guess what it is? Today's video is sponsored by Factor. I am a huge fan of theirs, and I've been sponsored by them, I think, for like the past year almost. and I'm not ashamed about it whatsoever. If you're not familiar with Factor, they deliver fresh, never frozen meals to your doorstep, and they are a lifesaver. They're so convenient. They have saved me in my postpartum era. Their food tastes great. They have high quality ingredients, and there's so many meals to choose from. I think there's like 34 meals weekly you can choose from. I actually ordered one of their new Gourmet Plus meals, which I'm excited to try. I can't remember what it is. It's like something with truffle. It sounds amazing. I'll show you guys. But yeah, they have Gourmet Plus, which has really high quality premium ingredients. They have Protein Plus options, which I've been gravitating towards now that I'm working out more. I'm trying to prioritize eating more protein, so I've been loving those. They have a lot more protein than some of their other options. They have 30 or more grams of protein in them. They have breakfast options. They have these cold pressed juices now. This one's actually really good. It's apple, kale, and wheatgrass. They just have so many different options. If you're trying to eat healthier and you don't really have the time, I think it's a really great option. There's no grocery shopping involved. There's no meal prepping involved. You just stick it in the microwave for 2 minutes and you're good to go. So I don't know what's not to love, right? And if you guys are interested, you can go to factor75.com and use my code StephLetta50 to get 50% off your first Factor box. And yeah, that was my sponsorship. I'm not ashamed of it. This is my job. And especially now that I have a baby, it's a lot of work to do this whole setup. You know, I have to get a babysitter. I have to dedicate time to getting ready and then filming and setting up and then editing. It's just a lot of work, and I'm not ashamed to do a sponsorship, you know? And I only talk about things that I actually love, and I'm a very genuine person with my sponsorships, I feel. And I feel like a lot of you guys think that way too. So I'm sorry if it bothers you, but you know, there's people doing podcasts and every single one is sponsored, and I feel like people don't care about that. So I'm just like, what's the deal? Like, what's the big problem? You know, if I were like talking about like random things and like random weird items, I think that would be different. But these are things that I actually use and believe in. So I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Obviously, I have to make money. I have a baby. What is something no one told you about becoming a mom? I love how authentic you are. Thank you so much. I guess nobody told me that newborns don't just eat, sleep, and poop. Like, that's what people say. Oh, like the newborn phase is so easy. All they do is sleep and eat and poop. Not my child. Not my child. She was just, I think looking back, she definitely was like colicky and low sleep needs kind of baby. Like, she still is. The max she ever like napped during a day, I think, was like 3.5 hours as a newborn. I'm like, all day, 3.5 hours? This is a long day. I don't know what you mean. So I guess that's one thing I didn't really expect. And I didn't even really know what colic meant. I've heard the word forever, but I never really knew what that meant. I still don't really know what it means, but just like a very fussy baby. I just wasn't prepared for that, you know? Like, my friends have babies, obviously family members have babies, and you see them, and it's just, I don't know. I guess since you're not with a baby 24/7, when you see like your friends and family's babies, you just don't realize like how, I don't want to say awful, but how like overwhelming it can be. But yeah, I think the stage we're at right now is just so much easier than the first 4 months. And I'm saying 4 months. People were like, oh my God, the first 3 months, you just got to get through it. So I got to the first 3 months and I was like, oh my God, I feel like I'm drowning still. Then at like 4.5 months, it got better. Another question I'm seeing a lot is like, what surprised you about being a mom? And I think the one thing that surprised me the most is just how like natural it came to me. I guess I am not really that person who gives off like motherly vibes. Like, I'm not like that person who like before having a baby would want to like hold like a newborn baby or anything like that. So I was just like, I wasn't sure how I was going to be, but it actually came very naturally to me. And I mean, I guess I'm not surprised by it, but it's just amazing how much love you can have for just a tiny little human. Like, it's just the most amazing thing. She's just the best thing that ever happened to me, for sure. my God, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. Next question. How is Tommy as the dad? He is really great. Definitely better now that she is easier. I mean, in the beginning, we were all struggling, but he is great with her. He always does her bath time. He helps me with her nighttime routine. He works a lot during the day, so he's not really here a lot, but when he comes home, he helps me with her, you know, gets her ready for bed, things like that. And he is very good with her, so I don't really have any complaints there, luckily. Another question I'm seeing a lot is how many kids you want to have, when are you going to have another baby? Honestly, before having her, I just wanted one, and I do still feel that way. I don't know, maybe ask me in a year if I want to have another, but right now I don't really have any plans to have any more kids. I just love her so much, and I don't know if I really see myself having like a huge family. So if she's an only child, she's an only child. She will be just fine. My niece, I have two nieces actually. One of my nieces is like 7 months older than her, and then my other niece is like a year and a half older than her almost. So yeah, and then my friends have babies, so it's not like she won't ever have like people to play with. Another question I got a lot was related to weight loss. Has it been hard to lose the baby weight? It's been a struggle from 6 months postpartum. For sure, I have lost like maybe 5 pounds since my 6-week checkup, so I'm definitely sitting at almost 20 pounds above my pre-pregnancy weight, and I think it's just something that's going to take time. After myself, you just started working out 6 weeks ago. Breastfeeding doesn't necessarily make everyone's weight fall off. Like, I think that's like a myth. Like, some people it happens for, but it really just depends on your body. And, you know, I don't love the way my body looks right now, but it's not that big of a deal to me. Especially now that fall is coming and it's like sweater weather, like you can just be cozy. It kind of was a struggle during summer because I was like, I don't want to be in a bathing suit, you know? And I don't know why, but even though I have an extra 20 pounds on me, I don't feel like I look like I'm 20 pounds heavier. I feel like I look maybe I'm like 10 pounds heavier. So I don't know, maybe it's just like all evenly distributed, or I think my butt's a little bigger. I don't know. I'm just getting used to my new body. Obviously, I would like to be at my pre-pregnancy size, but it's not a huge deal to me. I know it'll come. Like, I think maybe it'll take me a full year. Like, it's not a huge deal. And someone like said to me, they're like, why are you so obsessed with your weight? And I'm like, I'm not obsessed with it, but I want to just talk about it because I know there's other people out there who are struggling, who haven't really been able to lose the baby weight. And it seems like everybody else out there who just had a baby, who are influencers, that their weight falls off, they're so skinny, you know, they're living their best lives. I want to just keep talking about the things that are hard, because I don't feel like I see a lot of people posting that stuff, like the struggles of having a fussy baby, or the struggles of, you know, the postpartum weight loss. So I just want to like normalize that it's hard. Like, it's hard, and it doesn't just, you know, click for everyone. So it's a struggle. I feel you, but we're just gonna keep working out. I think I might try intermittent fasting. I don't know. If you guys have tried that, let me know if like you've had success, but I've been thinking about it. I want a makeup tutorial like back in the day. You guys, I just filmed a makeup tutorial last month. Check it out. It's basically the exact same thing that I have on my face. Lots of questions about sleep training. I'm not doing any sleep training just because she's sleeping in our room with us in her mini crib. So I don't think you can really even sleep train when you're all in the same room. I don't think. Not that I'm aware of, but I'm not doing sleep training. Did you sell your old house? Do you miss it at all? Yes, we sold it. No, I do not miss it whatsoever. Like, it's so weird. Like, when I drive by there, I'm like, I can't believe I ever lived there. And like, when I look at Noel, I'm just like, I can't imagine you ever living there. Like, I don't know. Like, it seems like it was so long ago that I ever lived anywhere else. You know, it hasn't even been a year yet, but it's just like, it seems like a whole different lifetime already. What are you most excited about for fall? This year, I'm definitely really excited to carve a pumpkin and put my baby inside of it, dress her up for Halloween, drink apple cider margaritas, and yeah, those are my things I'm looking forward to. Any advice to stop comparing your life to others? That's really hard. Definitely guilty of doing that. I think the only thing you can do is you have to just take a step back, look at your life, look at all of the blessings that you have, and then just focus on that. It's really hard. Social media makes it really hard. So honestly, I have like creators that I follow that I had to just put on mute because they were just making me feel so bad about my postpartum life. And it's just like, it's not their fault that their lives seem so much easier, or they are so much easier right now. You know, so you just have to just kind of block it out. And maybe that means taking a social media break. Maybe it means muting some of the people that you follow or unfollowing them. But yeah, I think it mostly stems from social media, because I feel like when you're out and about in real life, like, I don't know, I personally don't feel like I feel that way in general life. It's just when I'm on social. So I would say just take a social media break if you can. I would love to, but I just can't, because this is my line of work. And then one other question I wanted to address was SML, my wine brand. That is on a hiatus for right now. There was like a big ordeal with the like third-party company that I was using, and it was just literally a hot mess. And it was like all happening right before I had Noel, like super pregnant and moving. And so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna take this down for right now. Maybe we will revisit it in the future, but right now my focus is obviously my family and Letta Fragrance. And I'm so much more passionate about Letta Fragrance than I ever was about SML. Like, not that I don't love wine, but like my passion, like I really love fragrance so much. And we're already working on the spring summer launch, and I am obsessed with this. Like, I just am so excited. I really need to get back into trying other people's perfumes, but I just haven't had the time. So I need to just do like a fragrance haul or something soon, because I miss trying new ones that aren't mine, but I just feel like mine are so good that I just haven't really been interested. But I love fragrance, so I need to just try. I really want to try the new Love Shack Fancy, because they're so freaking adorable packaging. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up this video. Hopefully it wasn't too long. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it and got a little bit more insight of where I am in life right now, and you know, what's going on. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I need to finish this coffee and put my baby down for a nap. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.